Hello, social media friends. I'm Viridiana Marquez with DRB Media Communications Digital News, and Danny Barrera has the story.
On Tuesday, March 14th, the Odessa City Council held their first benchmark meeting with Mica Lunt, representing T2 Professional Consulting LLC, brainstorming and formatting the requirements, qualifications, and responsibilities of the Office of the Odessa City Manager.
I'm seeking a city manager that's able to disseminate information unbiased, not to pick this person. What happens in conflict in any type of organization or business, public and private, is when you have people in charge of the day-to-day operations, and then you have a board that is in charge of the overall vision and direction of the organization along with that day-to-day. If everybody's on a different page, then you don't have unity, you don't have, you go in different directions, or you stay stagnant.
The council came up with a list of concepts they want to see in a city manager. Some of those ideas are integrity, communication, leadership, knowing how to develop budgets, and understanding finance.
I think integrity is very integral, just like in a relationship, whether it's business or a marriage. There isn't a good marriage if there's no integrity. Do what's right when no one's looking, because someone's always looking. The other one is communication. Communication, if you can't communicate, one of the main things that is basically communicated to the council and back forth, especially in the ethics ordinance, is that communication is key between management and council, and that the unbiased information going back and forth is what help council to administer and policy. It's unfair, and it could be a detriment to the taxpayers when council is creating policy and doesn't have all the facts. It can be financially devastating, costly, and so based on that experience, I believe that those two, for myself, are very key and very important.
City Councilman District 2 Steve Thompson emphasized the importance that the city manager follow the city charter. Other discussions included what type of degree should the city manager have, either a master's degree in public administration or a bachelor's degree, or just experience working within the city organization.
We rarely do you ever see a city manager that's in place that has a business administration degree. Jerry Maguire was an exception. People didn't realize that when Richard Morton came in, that was hired by Jerry Maguire, had never been a CM or a department. He was a department head here, but didn't have, I don't think that he had that same type of degree that Jerry Maguire did. Mr. Morero had a degree, but not in public policy, things of that nature. So here's just what I'm saying, is that as I talk to colleagues and people, and when I go to TML, they says, hey, look, what are criteria for department heads? How do you bring them up internally? Usually the way it works is that you have someone in place, you have someone under them, they're working for them X years. When they move, they just automatically move up. If you go back to the study, one of the communications from the employees is favoritism. There was favoritism. So favoritism was basically, in my assumptions, is that that's how people were being promoted. Do we want to have that same criteria who's leading, at the top CM? So we have to lay down a foundation. What that foundation is going to be could be 3 to 5 years, 3 to 6 years in experience in something as a CM or a department head.
The City Council wants to be somewhat broad in the qualifications of the city manager position in attracting applicants. Currently, the City Council plans to focus on applicants statewide only. The final benchmark meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, March 21st at 3 p.m. at the City Council chambers. For DRB Media Communications Digital News, Danny Barrera.
Thank you for following us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and our website, drbmediacommunicationsdigitalnews.tv. For DRB Media Communications Digital News, Viridiana Marquez.